Hi, today we are talking about what breast milk is made of. And we are having this discussion because you know that it is recommended that when you have a baby, you give only breast milk for the first 6 months of the baby's life. And even after that, you do what is called continued breastfeeding. You start adding on weaning foods or complementary foods, but you still breastfeed your baby until the baby is 2 years old. So what at all is in breast milk that we are saying that that is all that your baby needs? The first thing to say about breast milk is that breast milk is different according to your baby's age. So the breast milk that your baby gets when the baby is a newborn is different from what the baby gets at 1 month old. Is different from what the baby gets at 4 months old, 6 months old, 8 months old. So the breast milk is changing as the baby is also growing. That is how unique breast milk is. It adapts according to the needs of your baby. Even for the newborns, the breast milk that you have in the very first day is different from the one you have at day 3, for instance. So immediately your baby is born, you have what is called the colostrum. Colostrum is thick, it is yellowish, and sometimes it is clear. It is only in small amounts. So sometimes you feel that there is nothing in your breast, but there is colostrum. That colostrum will only come out when there's a baby sucking on it. And the thing about when your baby is born is that the tummy is also very small. It's about the size of your thumb when you do a thumb print. So the baby really doesn't need a lot, but colostrum is heavy. When the baby just takes a few meals of colostrum, the baby is kept full for a long time. So you don't need to worry when you have a baby and your breast don't feel heavy or your breast don't feel full. You just need to put your baby to the breast. On the other hand, when you give any food else because you think that there is no milk in your body, what you are doing is that you are depriving your baby of colostrum. And the composition of colostrum is such that colostrum is the first vaccine or the immunization your baby will get, because colostrum has so many things that protect your baby against infection. It has immunoglobulins. That is why it is rich in proteins. It protects your baby against diarrhea, respiratory illnesses, so many things. And you know that our environment is not very clean. There are germs flying all over. So as soon as your baby comes out, your baby needs all the protection that colostrum will give. So when you give any food to your baby other than the colostrum, what you are doing is that you are giving food all right, but you are depriving your baby of the protection that the tiny little baby needs to do well in life. So that is colostrum for you. Colostrum also protects your baby against newborn jaundice, which we have said can cause disability, can cause death, because colostrum is like a purgative. It helps your baby to go to toilet or to pass through, and in doing so, bilirubin, which causes jaundice, comes out in the stool. So colostrum protects your baby against newborn jaundice. On the other hand, when you give something else, apart from the fact that you are depriving your baby of all the protection, what you are also doing is that in case that food is contaminated, because you know that breast milk is not contaminated if it's coming straight from the breast, in case that food is contaminated, then you are putting your baby at risk of diseases. So colostrum comes, and then after a few days, say day 3 to day 5, we have what we call the mature milk. But in between, we have the transitional milk. So that is also a changing milk. It's changing from colostrum to mature milk. And that is also made just to suit your baby. So the milk changes. In fact, even the preterm milk, the milk that the preterm mother produces, is different from the milk that a term mother produces. So you see, there are so many unique features about breast milk. And I already talked about the benefits of colostrum. One other thing that it does is that it helps your baby's intestines to mature, to grow. So that is another reason why you should give it to your baby. Now, what exactly does the breast milk contain anyway? First is to note that more than 90% of the breast milk is water. So it is not true when you breastfeed your baby and because the baby is having hiccups, you think that your baby is thirsty and you add on water. No, there is so much water in breast milk. If only the baby has fed well, but the baby is having hiccups, it is not because of thirst. So you don't need to add on any water for your baby. Breast milk contains a lot of water. Then breast milk contains carbohydrates. It contains fat, it contains proteins, it contains these things in a proportion that is made just for your baby to have a healthy weight. Your baby should not be too small and your baby should not be too big. I've had mothers who their babies are too big, but they are happy because they think that when a baby is big, it's healthy. No, that is not true. Your baby's weight should be according to the weight, the curves, standard curves that are drawn in your baby's child health record book or maternal and child health record book. So breast milk ensures that your baby is not too small, your baby is not too big as well. And breast milk contains all these things that protect your baby from diseases, from allergies, from diarrhea, respiratory illnesses, and then sometimes the protection even extends to adulthood. So that is what breast milk contains. Now, when it comes to breast milk, one feed of breast milk, the composition of the milk also changes during the feed. So we have the foremilk, and then we have the hindmilk. Fore means the first one or the one before, and then hind means the back. So we have the foremilk and the hindmilk in one feed. And when the baby starts feeding, the foremilk is the one that comes out. It is designed to quench the baby's thirst. So you see that when the baby starts feeding, they start feeding very, very fast, very vigorously. But then along the way, they slow down and they take deep gulps. And the foremilk is more of water, and then the hindmilk is the one that contains more of the fat, and that is what keeps the baby full. So if you are finding out that the baby that you are breastfeeding is requiring feeding at very, very short intervals, this is one of the things to think about. Is your baby getting the hind milk? Your baby will get the hind milk when you empty the breast. There is no set time that when you breastfeed for this number of minutes, the foremilk will change to the hind milk. What you need to do is to just empty the breast, because we know that the hind milk is at the back. So when you empty the breast, you can be sure that your baby has got a foremilk and your baby has also got the hind milk. Breast milk is so unique. There are all these unique things about it. So you have every reason to breastfeed your baby. You have every reason to feel proud that you are doing the right thing for your baby. Now, when it comes talking again about the hind milk, when you empty the breast, the baby has got a foremilk and has got a hind milk. You then switch your baby to the other breast. Sometimes the baby is already full and will not empty the other breast. So if you can remember what breast you ended with, at the next feed, you can start with that one, because some of the foremilk has gone, so that your baby will empty that one as well. Emptying the breast, in addition to making sure that the baby gets the foremilk and the hind milk, what it also does is that it lets you produce a lot of breast milk, because when your breast is full, messages are sent to your brain, and then more breast milk is not made, because it's like nobody needs it at the time. But once your breasts are empty, messages are sent to the brain and more breast milk is produced. So that is what breast milk contains: proteins, fats, carbohydrates, medicine, basically, because these are things that protect your baby against diseases, against allergies, even extending into the child's adulthood. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have subscribed. If you have, thank you. If you have not, please subscribe and visit our blog. It's www.babychildandco.com. When you do, consider joining the parenting club. It is free. It is free. Everything that we are doing there is free, so you don't have to worry about cost. Thank you so much. Bye.